In the last 12 months that I've owned my Tesla Model S Plaid, I've spent less than $100 maintaining my 1,000 horsepower machine. Dinner for two at a restaurant costs more than that. Eating out has gotten so expensive these days. One restaurant meal to maintain a car that can go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, that's a pretty good deal. No other 1,000 horsepower car on the planet will be that cheap to own and maintain. First of all, there's not even that many 1,000 horsepower cars to begin with. You can count them on one hand. Take the Ferrari SF90 for instance. That car is incredibly expensive just to even buy, forget about maintenance. An oil change on that thing will cost you more than first year's tuition at Texas State University. Cars like that are completely out of reach for so many of us. You have to be incredibly wealthy just to even buy that car, let alone maintain it. A Tesla Model S Plaid, on the other hand, not only is it not that expensive to buy, there's no maintenance. Get one of these for $45,000 these days and don't worry about oil changes, transmission fluid changes, spark plugs, none of that with this car. Just do the occasional reset on this just like you do with your home computer because, this is a rolling computer. Sometimes a podcast doesn't load or Spotify doesn't play correctly, in which case just reboot it. Turn this thing off and on, do a hard reset, that usually takes care of it. With electric cars, what's there to maintain? No belts, no fluid flushes. It's a relatively simple design other than the fact that enormous amounts of engineering and technology went into building something like this. But generally, it's a pretty hassle-free car to own and drive. As long as you have your phone with you, just walk up to the car, get in, and drive off. No keys. Everything's on the phone, and as long as your battery's charged, you really have nothing to worry about. And you barely use the brakes too. With regen braking, just lift off the pedal and the car magically comes to a stop. I mean, all this simplicity has its downside. The speed in this car is crazy for sure, but it's soulless, it's robotic, it's cold, there's no experience, there's no growl. In a gas-powered car with 1,000 horsepower, it's gonna be a lot different than this. But the thing to experience in this car though is that instant torque because combustion engine car just can't replicate that. And that's what gives you the roller coaster sensation of going from 0 to insane speeds in the blink of an eye. And also with an EV like this, you can floor it over and over again and not worry about breaking the car. With a combustion engine car with all those moving parts, I don't think it's a great idea to keep mashing the pedal. It'll overheat and you'll have all kinds of problems. This 1,000 horsepower computer won't stop, just keep punching it until you feel nauseous. But then the one thing you do have to consider with all that flooring is the tires. The tires will definitely not last you if you keep flooring it over and over again. 1,000 horsepower, 1,000 pound-feet of torque is a lot for tires to handle. I had to replace the tires when I first got the car because they had no tread left on them. And with a car as powerful as this, you better have some good rubber, and for the Plaid, just make sure to have a Plaid tire bank account because you're gonna need it. That's really the big expense on this car are tires, and it's completely dependent on how you drive it. If you drive this car like it's your last day on the planet, then just be prepared to go to Discount Tire every other day, and they're gonna love you for it. Good tires also help when it's raining like crazy. A nice feature to add would be some kind of tread monitoring system because besides tire pressure, a really important thing for the Plaid is to make sure you have good tread because bad tires on a 1,000 horsepower car is bad news. You don't want a situation like that. Maybe add a camera somewhere over here to keep an eye on the tread. Sounds like a good plan to me. Because this car is an extremely sophisticated computer, you get tons of software updates over the air. The car sits at night in the garage, and while the Plaid is sleeping, it gets smarter. That's the benefit of driving around a digital car. You don't need to take this to the shop, no wrenching required. It just improves by itself. Tesla finds a problem, updates the software, pushes out the release, and automatically the car is fixed. But that doesn't mean that there's no other costs that come with this car. You do have to pay money for charging and supercharging, and in the last 12 months, I've spent about $50 a month to keep this thing fully charged. Charging costs are generally low, but obviously it'll depend a lot on how much you drive this and if you take it on a lot of road trips where you have to use the supercharger. If you use a lot of supercharging, then obviously your cost will be higher than charging the Tesla at home overnight in your garage. But no matter how much you drive, it's still going to be cheaper to charge this thing as opposed to paying a few $100s in gas costs month after month. A 1,000 horsepower combustion engine car will have a gas bill that's as much as a car payment each month. That's why if you want to enjoy insane speed and acceleration, you can't do it in a cheaper way than with the Model S Plaid. At this point, you might be wondering about reliability, and that's where having a warranty helps. I still have full factory warranty on this until the end of 2025, and I've owned this car about 15 months, and so far, fingers crossed, things have been very reliable with this Tesla. Right when I got the car, I had to get the steering wheel replaced under warranty because half of the wrapper was missing. And then I had a squeaky window trim that I got replaced, but other than that, the car's been rock solid. Most of this car is really about the technology and the software, and all of that has been working great thanks to continual software updates. There's really not a lot of moving parts on this car, not that much in the way of mechanical components, and so far everything that is mechanical has been working pretty well. But I'm glad to have the full warranty though until the end of the year, so if anything does break, I'm covered. And even beyond that, there used to be an extended warranty for $3,100 for 2 years. That one has since been replaced. One day it just disappeared from the app, and now you can do a monthly subscription, $125 a month for extended warranty. It goes up to 4 years or 50,000 miles. And I love the idea of that because I can go month to month. If I end up selling the car, I could transfer the warranty or I could just cancel it. That's not bad, $125 a month for additional peace of mind. I'm probably gonna buy it if I end up keeping the car next year. You might be wondering about the battery, and that's going to be expensive if you have to replace it. Fortunately, Tesla gives you an 8-year, 150,000 mile warranty on the battery, but I'm pretty sure everything else on the car will break long before the battery goes out. You really haven't heard about a lot of issues with the battery, and from what I've seen with the way Tesla makes the batteries, it's pretty advanced, and they put a lot of technology into the way the batteries are made. These flimsy door panels, the interior trim, the seats, all these things will fall apart long before the battery has problems. And that's really the problem with these Teslas. You close the door, there's no door thunk, it's real flimsy feeling, and even the door handles don't feel very solid. They feel like they could break off into your hand. But I can live with all of that because 1,000 pound-feet of torque and that kind of feeling that you get when you floor the car, there's nothing quite like it. Even if you don't want to buy a real Model S Plaid, you can buy one on their website, a die-cast model, and they also have a Tesla Roadster for sale. $175 for this die-cast. This looks pretty good. I think I may just have to buy one. If Tesla did ever make the Roadster, you can imagine how quick that car would be if the Plaid is any indication of what Tesla could do. But sadly, Tesla is way too focused on robo-taxis, and I wish they built the Roadster instead of the Cybertruck. Although it looks like Tesla is taking deposits for the Roadster, $5,000? Are you crazy? $45,000 in 10 days? No way. But can you imagine how much the Roadster will sell if they built that instead of the Cybertruck? But even if we never get the Roadster, we have the Plaid, which is so much cheaper now than it used to be thanks to the crazy depreciation. The horsepower and torque in this car is insane, and you have to experience it to fully understand it. I can't even believe that this car is street legal. On top of that, there's no maintenance. Just have a tire budget and enjoy this thing day in and day out.